guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here. Welcome to my channel where I talk about books and bookish things. And today I have an advanced review copy of the book Sike, a novel by Fred Lunzer, and let's get into it. I was given a copy of this novel for free in exchange for my honest feedback. All opinions are my own. Who else's would they be? Sike comes out on May 20th of 2025. It's 288 pages, and it's the author's, Fred Lunzer's, debut work. Which, for a debut novel, this book is thrilling and exciting, and the author has such a unique voice and approach to writing that I read a lot of books that don't even make it on my channel or my Patreon or my blog. Like, I read a lot, and I don't think I've ever read a book that felt in a narrative sense like this one felt. Like, in a writing and syntax and word choice and the way the sentences are structured felt like this. And I mean that with all respect and admiration. This is a truly unique point of view writing-wise. It's very matter-of-fact, yet you get this air of unpredictability and unreliability from your narrator. It's alternating POV between our two main characters, Marky and Adrian. Marky's told in third person because Adrian's telling it, but it's third person limited, that we get into Marky's head. And then Adrian is told in the first person because he's the one telling the story, and he breaks the fourth wall to talk to the reader, and it's all very matter of fact. But I get the feeling that he's leaving things out. It's actually addressed at one point in the book that he lies, and he's like, on a bell curve, I'm in the middle, and she's like, okay, and it's like, that's still not great. Like, if you have a bell curve, like, where is the bell curve center? Like, how? I have questions. And it feels like, in Marky's chapters, it feels like he's recounting her side of things for her and putting words in her mouth and mind reading, the psychology term mind reading, that I know that you're feeling this way. And the other person's like, well, no, that's not how I'm feeling, or yes, that's how I'm feeling, but I didn't express that that's how I'm feeling. Like, it's very much that. Sike is an AI therapy app that they have these real-time glasses that everybody wears in this alternate present. It's not really an alternate future. It takes place very now. All of the pop culture references in it are very now. But everybody wears these AI augmented reality glasses, and Sike is a program that just runs in the background all the time until you open it, and then it psychoanalyzes you based on what it's perceived through the glasses, and it'll give little notifications in the upper corner of real-time psychiatric analysis, which is kind of terrifying to me. Like, I see a therapist, I see a psychiatrist for my medications, but I see a therapist for my feelings and my PTSD and all of that. I do not want my therapist to have unfettered access to my everyday life. That seems like a boundary issue, both for me and for her. That she needs, like, I realize it's AI, it's not a person, but it teaches, I feel that concept teaches bad boundaries, because 3 o'clock in the morning, I can't sleep. Instead of journaling or self-soothing or something like that, I can just open up the app and get psychoanalyzed right now. And it leads to people, they have the psych smile in the book, that they're like, oh, I'm so self-actualized, I know what's going on in my life, blah, 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 blah. And it feels, I don't want to give the ending away, but as you're reading it, I at least wondered about Adrian recounting this story to somebody else, and because he's always the good guy in everything, even when he messes up. Well, he didn't do this, so even though he messed up, he's fine because he didn't go over the line. Here's the line, He didn't go over. He went up to the line. So he's fine, really. And it's like, is that what really happened? Like, it's just got this air of unreliability that I absolutely loved as I was reading it. So what Adrian does for a living is he's a ghostwriter for rap songs, and he's very, like, you see his poetry and his rap, and at the end of the book they've got several of the rap and, like, different, like, analyzing, because there's a subplot about ripping off lyrics, and so you get to see them side by side and analyze for yourself and make that choice, whether it was ripped off or if it was just two people who had similar ideas. The book is so interesting. I wanted more of Sike, the AI character, like, because it is a character in its own right. It's got very much Hal feel and vibe to it, and it's just, I wanted more from that character. I could have done with 100, 200 pages more, just Sike, in this book. It's fairly short. It's 288 pages. And it is so good. It's a little hard to get through in places because of that unreliability, because, or at least it was for me, because I felt like, I'm like, this is BS. This isn't, like, I'm seeing what happened, and then he's analyzing it in real time as he's telling me what's happening, and I'm like, but that's not what happened. I just read this. It feels like being gaslit in book form, almost. And I found that really interesting. This is a very intriguing book. It's very cerebral, it's very literary, but I absolutely loved every minute of it. Have you read any good not psychological horrors, but just psychological fiction literature that delves into the human psyche? I'd love to hear any other suggestions. This book for me is 4 of 5 stars. It's not quite a full 5 stars just because I wanted more from the Sike character in a major way. But it was so good. So absolutely wonderful. So let's show the author some love on May 20th and pick up Sike. I'd love to hear what you think when you read it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thank you again to NetGalley and the publisher for giving me this book free of charge in exchange for my honest review. Bye!